Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nora and I'm a Zambian YouTuber. So if this is your first time viewing, guess what? You haven't missed much. For this is the second video that I am doing. So it's good to have you here. Before you can continue viewing, please subscribe and press the notification button and get notified for the next video I'm gonna post. So I was supposed to do this video on the 10th of September, which is World Suicide Prevention Day, but then due to school's pressures and all, currently it's exam period in school, I've been unable to do it and post it on the actual day. So on this particular day, I had put up a status on WhatsApp and Instagram, Facebook, asking people to share with me their experience, and like who's ever tried to take their own lives, to share their own experience and how they got through it and what really caused them to have suicidal thoughts. So hope those screenshots or their stories are going to be helpful to you or to anybody that you know who's currently having suicidal thoughts and or somebody who's already made up their mind that their life is not worth living and they're just willing to unplug it to take their own life and all. Yeah.
So 2 years after I finished my high school, I started drinking. I would drink occasionally every now and then, but it soon grew into a habit. I slowly started drinking every day. I used to drink, like heavy drinking and smoking. Then my parents sent me to South Africa summer of 2016 December to stay with my uncle and his family. Went out with my cousins there one night at a club in Randburg. I don't know what happened, but me and my cousin's friend had an argument. I got so furious and left the club with my bottle of alcohol. Went and sat in the car at 2 a.m. in the parking lot. In the heat of everything, I spiked my bottle of beer with diazepam pills and I blacked out. Woke up in the hospital after a week and 6 days. I got serious rebuke from my parents and sisters because my father is an engineer by profession and a pastor at church. But fortunately enough, my mother has a heart of God and she is really understanding. She sat me down and I explained everything to her and we prayed over it. After that, we had a family meeting and I talked about everything and we all prayed about it. My two best friends have really been awesome over the years as well. They have given me a shoulder to lean on and an ear to listen whenever I had need to vent. Of course, I have had some shortcomings here and there, but Rome wasn't built in a day, right? The dark thoughts haunt me every now and then, but my parents and my friends and all of you guys and the love of God have really been doing the most for me. I had lost the only person I had ever imagined myself with. He was my world in as much as he was toxic for me. When the final disappointment came, I didn't expect it. I saw no point of me living. My life became very senseless. How can I live when he was supposed to be my future husband and the father to my kids? My future was destroyed and the only option was suicide. I had no motivation to live. My life revolved around him and the relationship. Suicide thoughts were so loud, more than my own voice, and I was ready for it. I believe that because I had people who knew that what I was going through and cared for me, through their encouragements and prayers, I escaped that dark place that made me feel I had nothing to live for. I just thought since I'm still struggling with this, I don't have a happy ending. I used to be laughed at school and people would call me names. Even my sister used to make fun of me. I never had a lot of friends growing up because whenever I met friends, they would leave me and choose someone else. Or even my cousins without telling me why they did that. I was almost raped by my uncle at the age of 6 and my mother tried to slap me when she found out, and I have always thought I was the reason that happened. And to make it worse, my sister would make fun of me. My sister and friends would sit down and make fun of me, and that made me drop my self-esteem and confidence became so low I had insecurities. And when I was 14, I was sleeping in the TV room when my cousin molested me. I saw him and I was scared to tell anyone, even my parents, because I didn't know how they would react. From then, I was molested countless times. So I have been battling with depression, anxiety, and abandonment issues because of that. Not because I suffered a trauma or anything like that. In fact, I had a good childhood. But then I started to get sad. All of a sudden, I wasn't an A-plus student. I lost interest in everything that made me happy. I didn't want to be around my friends anymore. I felt hopeless. I just wanted to die. I tried to kill myself 3 times, but the poison only made me sick. I confided in one of my classmates and she provided a listening ear and a shoulder to cry on. It may not seem like much, but her relief on seeing me walk into class every morning made me feel wanted. Later, I sought professional help and found out I suffered from teenage depression because it comes as a result of hormones at puberty. Don't know the science behind it. It was just a gist. It resolves itself. A listening ear, a shoulder to cry on. That's all it took to get me through it. It sounds easy to do, but trust me, it's not. I don't even know why I was sad or why I was crying. It takes a lot of understanding and patience to support someone who doesn't even know what's going wrong with them.
Never tell, like I said in my previous video, saying you cannot ever tell when somebody is depressed and when someone is actually having suicidal thoughts because they're constantly happy, and you just have to learn to read the signs. So what signs should you look out for when somebody is having suicidal thoughts? So there's excess substance abuse, which can be drugs, weed, or anything, or you can just tell there will be a change in their communication pattern. Somebody who was this open person or this social person suddenly just becomes all closed up and they're just not interested in social activities and all. What they post on social media, you can actually tell, saying, okay, this person's not okay, because they'll constantly post stuff about how life is not worth living, or like they are shameful. They'll put up all different sort of things that will be able, if you are sensitive, you're able to tell, saying, okay, this person is actually not in a good place, and you will be able to help them and help them get through that phase and all. Having suicidal thoughts and people around you have not really noticed that you're in this bad place, it's very important for you to open up, because if you are going to be closed up about it and continue to have those thoughts in silence, you will think as though people around you don't care about you, but people actually do care. So open up to people, tell them what's really going on. If you cannot open up to somebody, you can always find me on Facebook, on Instagram, details in the description below. And if you feel like you really need someone to talk to, you can reach me up and all. Yes. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and don't forget to press the notification button to get notified for the next video I am gonna upload. Yeah. Out.
I hear you